sure you as an entrepreneur, whether you are thinking about starting a business or you've owned a business for multiple years, in the beginning, when you're thinking, hey, what would happen if I lost everything? Or what would happen if I failed? What's the worst that could happen? And why is it 80% of small businesses fail within the first 18 months? Hi, I'm Mike. In today's video, we are going to go over the number one reason businesses fail, how you could be the contributor to that business failing, and how to prevent you from being the cause of that failure. Now, if you go online and you search up, why do businesses fail? Why do 80% of small businesses fail? You're going to get a whole slew of answers. Now, you may be telling me, Mike, I thought you had one reason. You have 6 up here. Well, we'll get to it. Bear with me. The common ones we see is vision, no vision, lack of vision, wrong vision, leadership, bad leadership, no leadership, toxic leadership. The owner didn't understand the market and how they fit into it. Marketing, they had no marketing. Society didn't know that you existed, so no one hired you. Or you put everything into marketing. Your marketing was awesome, but the actual product you had or the service you provided didn't add up to your marketing. Lack of focus, you kept chasing different opportunities or different shiny objects, which you ended up running out of money. Or inexperience, which means all these things. But if we break that down even further, if I have poor vision, if I go down the road and my vision was off and now I'm way off in the bushes, if I have enough money, I can just quit that, adjust, line up my vision again and keep going. So vision caused my business to fail. It wasn't poor vision attributed to my business failing, but it was cash flow that killed my business. Same thing with leadership. If I have bad leadership, I could fire them and put in new leadership as long as I have money and I'm able to do that and train them and allow for time for everyone to learn the new system or for new employees to learn the existing system. Understand the market. If I have cash, I can get through any of these. It all comes down to cash flow. But let's take it even a step further. I can fix cash flow. I can fix these things and get cash flow. There's people who know how to improve cash flow in a business. So I don't believe cash flow is the number one issue. I believe the number one issue is ego or pride. I'm unwilling to admit that I don't know how to do something or I need help doing something. Ego is that double-edged sword. You need the ego. Most likely, you have a big enough ego or enough pride that you went out and you believe you could start a business. But if you have too much, it can be the direct cause of your business failing. So, do you contribute to the failure of your business in a way such as you're busy? I'm so busy. You're always there. You're working 15 hours a day. You're always busy, but you're not doing anything productive. You need to be doing productive work in your business. You tell people, I'm an entrepreneur, I own a business, I work 80 hours a week. Great, but do you do anything productive? What about micromanaging? Definite cause. You don't allow people to work the role in their business because you believe you know more than them. And you may in the beginning. But if you're the smartest person in your business, you are almost destined for failure. You should hire people who are smarter than you in that seat that they're sitting in. If you're trying to buy success, and we will put our success in quotation marks because it's not success. You look successful. It's not actual success. You buy the nice truck. You buy the nice car. You buy all the toys, the boats, the snowmobiles, the jet skis, the motorhomes, the vacations, the house. You're buying everything. Now, if someone looked at your bank statement, maybe they can see Yeah, he doesn't quite have the money to buy everything cash. He has a loan on everything. He looks successful, but he's not actually successful. That comes down to too much pride, too much ego. You want to look successful. Looking successful is more important than actually being successful. You are too smart to fail, too good to fail, too big to fail. You have too many employees to fail. Sum this up with one word: Titanic. You guys got me. Greatest. Everyone tells you, man, you're the greatest. You started out this business 6 months ago. You guys are flying high. Your business is successful. You are awesome. 2 years later, you're still flying high. You're doing great. Your business is awesome. There's nothing wrong with this. But you have everyone pumping your tires, telling you you're the best. You're the greatest. Everyone's asking you, how did you do it? You're so awesome. Now, when it comes to something that you don't know, maybe in a certain point of growth, you need to hire people where you're not sure who you should hire, what type of personality you should hire, but you're the greatest because everyone told you you're the greatest. Now your ego won't let you ask someone else for help because you're the greatest and you're the greatest business owner. The ego can stop you from getting someone or getting help that you need in your business. On the opposite token, you have a herd mentality. Your business is failing. You don't have work. But you look around and you find other companies that don't have work as well. And you say, oh, well, look, these people over here, they don't have work, so that's okay. So it's not my business. I don't have an issue. It's the market. They don't have work either, so it's not me. Bragging. You may not have heard much about this bragging, but I'm sure you've heard a lot about complainers or negative people. You've probably heard a lot of people say, distance yourself from negative people. Don't associate with negative people. They bring you down as well. No one likes to be around a complainer or someone who's negative. Same thing with bragging. No one wants to be around someone who's always talking about themselves, always talking about their kids, always talking about how much money they have or the vacation they're on. People are going to distance themselves from you. Not only that, they're not going to refer people to you because they know they don't like to be around you, so why would anyone else want to be around you? Bragging can be the effect of a big ego. So now, how can we prevent being the cause of failure? Number one, be willing to learn. And in order to be willing to learn, you have to be willing to admit that you don't know something. That's where learning begins. If someone asks, hey, how's your cash flow? I say, it's great. Even though it's not great, I haven't admitted to them. They're not going to give, maybe they know all about cash flow and they could tell everything that would solve the cash flow issue in my business. But if I tell them it's great, why would they tell it to me? Now, you don't want to tell everyone, but the people that you trust or maybe a mentor, you can admit stuff to. But you have to admit that you don't know it. Be willing to learn. Be willing to adapt. If you've owned a business for 15, 20 years, I'm sure there's things that you did 15, 20 years ago that you don't do today. You have to be willing to change. With technology, it changes so fast. And when more technology keeps coming, it speeds up even more. It's a compounding effect. Be willing to adapt, otherwise you'll be left behind. You need to look at your business from a 10,000-foot view. And this is hard because you work right in the heart of it every day. This is your blood, sweat, and tears in your business. Be able to remove yourself and look at that business. And if you're unable to, have a mentor do it with you or a trusted friend, someone who knows business. You don't have to go out and spend $150,000, $200,000 on a well-known mentor or coach. Maybe it's someone else in your industry, an uncle, an aunt, someone can look at your business and help you out, someone who has experience. You have to be able to delegate and trust they'll get it done as long as you hire right. So you delegate a task, hopefully you've hired right, and they're better at it than you were. Don't get it back into the micromanaging. Now, that's not saying you shouldn't train them. You need to train them and have a training process, but delegate it off. Once they have it, then you remove yourself from that position. You need to have a vision. You need to have a solid vision. Where am I going to be in 1 year? Where am I going to be in 5 years? Where am I going to be in 10 years? It's not absolute concrete, that's where you're going to be. But you need to have a vision so you have somewhere to aim. You have to be available to your employees. If you have a 15, 20, 30, 40 employees and you only talk to your managers, your CFO, your operations manager, your general manager, they're going to tell you most likely what you want to hear, or if there's a big issue, you may hear about it. Otherwise, if Bob and Susie are having a little tiff, you're not going to hear about it, and that's great. But if Bob, Susie, Jim, and Bill don't like Sally, and she's in upper management and she's causing a big tiff, you're not going to hear about that. You're going to lose a lot of employees. Be available to your employees. I just heard of a business owner that takes all of his employees one-on-one. Once a year, he'll take his employees, he'll go to a coffee shop, go to lunch, just talk to them. Hey, what do you like about the business? What do you hate about the business? What do you think we should change? What do you think we should improve? And he listens to his employees. Part of the learning, he's listening to his employees to figure out he's connected with them, he's available. And be modest. You may own a massive business and you make a lot of money. Rightfully so, you took all the risk. You make more money than most people at your business. That's great, but be modest. The guy who's working and making $25 an hour, you're telling him about all the property you built, all this land you're buying, and the toys and boats and motorhomes. Is it really productive? Now, if someone asks, great, go for it. But be modest. Just have that in the back of your mind. Be able to look at it through their eyes. So, this is how you can avoid being the death of your own business. Can't wait to see you guys in the next video.